I saw some videos here and there. Other than that, I don't care much about the artists. But we did get a couple of new pros, particularly in figure and physique. Sorry, guys, no new pros in women's bodybuilding. Not enough numbers came out. Ladies, I keep telling you, some of the ladies did the nationals, just about a couple months ago. Do this for yourself, an opportunity. Do the Arnold Classic. Get it out of your way. I know you don't want to miss the holidays like Christmas because you want to enjoy the food like that. But hey, if there's opportunity to get your pro card and you don't have to wait all the way to the middle of the year where you got a show that's there, come in numbers. This time it's been a long time since had physique competitor get the pro card. Quite a few figure because they figures each division to do, and also quite a few in physique. This last couple of times physique had a lot of numbers, but it kind of bounced back. So, folks, one thing before I start off, I'm going to talk about this. If you have not seen it, a lady who's been in sport for many years, a legend. As you know, she was the two-time Rising Phoenix champion. Her and Margie Martin, Lita Pulpa, and also can't forget Andrea Shaw and Andrew Yo shared that title. She was two times. She won the title in 2018, and she got it back in 2019. And she made an announcement a few days ago, last week. Helen Trevino, or somebody remember back in the day when she was going by Helen Nelson, she announced she's retiring after many years of competing between several Olympias, multiple times Rising Phoenix, being a two-time champion. As you know, she's also, even though she's not won an Olympia, she's also qualified for the Olympia because she's been a multiple-time Rising Phoenix champion. So Hella made this announcement. Before I start, I want to give respect to the lovely Miss Trevino. I think I'm a big fan of her. I just really respect her. I just want to just give her so much respect. One of these ladies, she's one of the few ladies who has been functionally, truly women's bodybuilding. Now she is the last, I would say, the last. Another lady also, I think I heard retire, Irene Anderson, is the last true female bodybuilder. There may be one more left, a couple more ladies left, but the last true female bodybuilder has done the Olympia in the last couple of decades. So I want to play a little video and also given just show respect. I'll help you. So I'll put it up here, and here she is, and she's talking about her retirement.
I'm retiring from bodybuilding. I'm not leaving bodybuilding, not even close. This sport will always be a part of who I am. It just means that now I'll be putting all my energy into coaching the next generation of champions together with my team. My team coaches, Irene and Gina. The three of us have spent decades in the sport, and we're all retired from bodybuilding now, which means our full focus is coaching and helping athletes grow, whether it's fit model, bodybuilding, anything in between, or just lifestyle. I'm retiring from bodybuilding.
Yes.
I'm not leaving.
Well, as you know, Hella has been in the game for many years. Her along with Gina Cavallero and Irene Anderson run the the Team 4 Pro coaching team. She's doing a lot of stuff here. Her and Irene and Gina's been doing some good work here. For women by women, the Team 4 Pro, and it was just last week they announced they are sponsoring some new competitors. A couple of ladies who's been guests on my channel. Hella's just an amazing lady. I mean, just as a fan, we hate to see when these ladies no longer on the stage anymore, but it's good that they find something outside of their lives, outside of bodybuilding. Like I said, it wasn't long ago. 2022, Hella had gotten shoulder surgery after she had an accident. I think something happened was in Mexico, and then she did compete that year. To me, it wasn't her best, but still she competed. Took 2023 off and came back to 2024. and I think she was in the top five of that show. Here she is, and she's talking about something else. Yeah.
You guys are incredible. I did not expect this. The amount of love, messages, comments, and support that came in after my retirement post has honestly been overwhelming in the best possible way, of course. I've been reading through so many of your messages and comments, and if I haven't got back to you yet, please know I'm on it. But I'm incredibly grateful. I mean, I spent my entire life in this sport, and getting a send off in this manner with so much love means the world to me. My heart is full. I'm so grateful. Thank you. I'm also here to tell you that tomorrow is something exciting is happening. I'm going live with Gina and Irene to announce the athletes who will receive the Team for Pro sponsorships for this season. The live will happen on Hella Trevino IFBB. So if you apply or if you just want to see who we choose, please join us tomorrow at 2 p.m. EST on Hella Trevino IFBB. Make sure you're following Hella Trevino IFBB so you don't miss the live. I'm really excited to be introducing them to you all.
Well, that was great. That's nice for her to. She really appreciates her fans' support. As you know, here is
Hi
we
guys,
fast forward a
the
little bit
big
here.
day has
We can.
arrived,
I think fast forward. Can I fast forward here? I think it used to.
and I'm going to
I could. Wait a minute. Can you?
invite.
Well, this is anyway. This is from last week. Here are the names that are dropped from the sponsorship that reached. Carol Ung, Tooks McCauley, Elizabeth Moline, Gabriela Pena de la Vega or Gabby Vega, Natalie Rachel, Kenval Gomin. He's the only dude out here. Megan Smith, Leonie Hasfeld, Katarina Tosuna, I know, Samantha Emery, Laura Fueled or Laura Morley, Avery Ellis, I think his name is, Marbina Mazzari, if I messed the name up, I'm sorry, and Beverly Coleman. As you know, I know Bev. She's a really cool lady. I heard that she might not be taking it. I'm not sure confirmed it yet because she wants to be a coach. The thing was, they have to work with you as a coach. And some competitors would take it. Like I know Emery, and I've talked to her and interviewed with her. She's jumping on it. Talked to Elizabeth Moline. She's jumping on it. I saw her Toots McCauley, also Kara Ung. Gabby Vega dropped a video where she's dropping on it, and also a couple other competitors. Best of luck to y'all. So, folks, here I have a guest. If she's on, I'm going to. We hadn't had her a long time here. We have here my dear friend, Nicole Strauss, OCB Pro. I'm about to say NPC Pro, but no, she's an OCB Pro.
Hey, George.
Hey. How you been doing?
Yeah, I've been hanging in there. Life is lifing.
Yes, I can do.
Still training hard.
Yeah. So, what's the plan for you this year? Are you just jump on another show, or you just feel like you need more time?
My coach and I we agreed to like 18 months. So we're gonna see. So at my last show is in October, so it's been a few months. So we're gonna see how everything looks in 18 months, which I'm excited. I'm loving the process of eating and building. I got a personal best for my squats the other day. So yeah. So right now this year I'm just living life. I'm trying to do some modeling. I was doing the fitness mod. I did some fitness modeling last year, and I think I want to level up and take it a little more seriously. Try and get with an agency. Um, So I've been working on my modeling training, and that's it. Being a mom, everyday life.
Yeah,
So, but
yeah.
still, I'm looking at 2027 to compete again. So this year, no, definitely not. I'm not competing this year. 'Cause this year, I'm just trying to build and grow because it was a good experience. Going to the competing in my pro debut last year because it was a master show. So I was competing with older women. I was competing against women that were in their 60s, and they looked phenomenal. So I was like, yeah, I got some work to do because No, these old ladies ain't playing. Be
Yeah.
included. So,
Well, I've seen some ladies in their 60s just look phenomenal. We're going. She has a new IG now. She is Nicole Strauss. And here are
yes.
some pictures. I mean, some of them are look like. Look at this one here, guys. Yeah, I mean,
Stop.
the black dress. She got. Yeah. She got the butters. Got the Tims. That's those.
Good.
That's a
That's a
hood
90s
girl.
hood look. Yeah.
That's a heavy. Yeah, yeah. You're like you not you say you either when you see that chick like that you either the mindset is either I'm either scared straight or I'm just or I'm no you're either just scared or you're scared stiff or you're just stiff. It's the flip. You got no. I'm scared. I'm horny. I don't know. But she has. She really has put some work in. Her. Over time. This is an evolution of our dear friend. Really has grown. Her last competition last year in October. And also here's some more. She's on the beach all oily, guys. Yeah. So guys, put away. Yeah, guys, put away your wet wipes. Your wet wipes in your lotion. This is pretty cool. So anyway, I want to say I want to give a shout out to Hella again earlier, and also talk about how this season is going to start. Right now, there's no shows just yet for some of the divisions. We just had the Honor Classic, one of the biggest shows start off the year. As you know, Honor does not have in the pros part. It doesn't have figure, physique, or women's bodybuilding. That's his show. Whatever he wants to do with them, fuck him. But
That's true.
but still, it's
A lot
amateur.
of people were complaining. A lot of people were complaining about that. One woman went on, she was complaining, why did he take figure out? I guess I mean, and let's say he has that's his show, so you can get upset, but that is his show. So, but I don't understand
Yeah,
why he took figure. I think figure I, I think all bodybuilding is beautiful. But you know what I don't like about that, because I don't know if you saw that. He was on a talk show years ago. It was back in the '80s when he was like, I don't know, the Conan or the Terminator, right?
yeah,
He encouraged women to do weight training, to lift weights. He did an interview on a talk show, and he was like, "Yeah, well, I think women should, lift weight. I think they should build muscle. I don't think women should be afraid of the weight room." And then, like, to me, he's kind of being a hypocrite right now.
last thing is right now he was doing talk about how the guys were shaking on stage and you know he's a typical boomer because Arnold's almost 80
Mm-hmm.
and you got to remember things change. It's not from dehydration. Sometimes you flexing so hard, you up there for a long time, your body's gonna shake. That. You've seen it.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
happened to me. Yeah, of course.
yeah. So he just. But everybody, at one point he did have some issues because a few years ago when C-19 hit, COVID hit, when people were talking about complaining, he said, "Screw your freedoms," and that kind of hurt him. I think my man David, he was there because I hope I had David on here, but David couldn't make it. He could talk about his experience at the show. Shout out to David, female bodybuilding four. I also got a beef with David. I just he had his hands on my girl again. He's my brother. I love him. Like I love Big Keith. He's my brother, but
We gotta have a talk with David. We gotta have a little talk with David later. So keep
I'll
his
be
hands
like,
to himself.
I'm like one. I see you when I see you.
I got you
We
back.
have, we have another guest, our man Josh, the
How's it
Empire.
going, How's it going,
Yeah,
Empire Nation?
there you go,
Long time no
Josh.
see.
Mm.
Yeah,
Shout out to Heli Trevino. Shout out to the winners of the Arnold.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle Mensa. I know you're not a fan of wellness, my man, but shout out to Ryan Fagard in the wellness division. That's all I gotta say for right now. How y'all doing?
all right.
Good. How you doing, Josh?
Also, we have here in the comment section, man, Curtis Jordan Jr. Uh, he says, "Heard about a lot about you, ma'am. I do remember you being in the show, the Eric Andre show, where you posed while he was singing. That was he like? Yeah, I think he's talking. He's talking to you. Or he's talking about somebody else.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know. He must be.
Eric and Andrea. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. I think you saw that show. Oh no, sorry. I thought that you was What's her name? I'm sorry.
What's her name?
I don't know what
Uh-oh.
her name is. I don't even really watch Eric Andre. I used to see a few times. I mean, Hammer Burst used to be on there quite often. I mean, there's a little thing like you talk about how I learned a fact from my brothers, my mom tells me, but I'll tell you this: you're a bitch. But anyway, we'll start. As you know, this is like March Madness. Back in the day when I was growing up as a kid, there was a big event. The tournaments were starting up. College teams getting ready. NCAA tournament was just around the corner. Here in North Carolina, we have some of the top NCAA champions. One of my biggest favorites is UNC, the Tar Heels. Yeah, several titles.
Yeah.
For that. Then you had Duke. Excuse me. Ha! Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I've never been a fan of Mike Krzyzewski. He's fake here. I know he's retired now, but fuck Duke. and also the NC State, love that team. I used to be a big fan of that team. Shout out to the late Jim Albano. They really screwed him. I mean, that was a great team. But anyway, this is we're gonna do like a kind of a kind of bracket of who we're seeing, who's possibly are going to make the Olympia for 2026. Also, some shows coming up. As you know, Triple O is around the corner. My man, me and David, we are sponsoring the jacket with our dear friend Eunice Martinez Kitchen and Jolie Foops for Bad Rap. Bad Rap, Monica, big and defined, ripped and pumped, and we like the rip part. And we still like right now. They are officially not just yet. We're still waiting on who's going to do shows. There's some hers, for Triple O. I have some names here and there, so it's confirmed. But we have here the list for women's bodybuilding. As you know, you see here the list, and we size up a little bit because it's a little bit. Let's see. Let me zoom in some. Wait a minute. And we have here in the top of the list, you have the Solid Dawson, who last year won at the Grand Prix. As you know, Titan Grand Prix is no longer on the schedule anymore. That promoter dropped it because of what I heard that Wing Street was helping that promoter, but now because they're focusing on Tampa, they moved the funds over to that show. She won it last year. She was supposed to do the Olympia last year, but then they switched it over and moved it over to the this year's Olympia. Then you have here my favorite person in the world, Andrea Shaw, the current champion. She's going in.
Michelle Yeoh's not competing. Oh, she's
Angela Yo.
Angela, you mean?
Angela. I'm thinking about the actress. My bad, Angela.
Yeah, Angela. She did not make the top 3.
What?
She was 4th this year.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that means she has to requalify.
Yeah.
That sucks.
So
start from scratch.
So
crazy.
I think only way she can probably requalify if she does the Rising Phoenix is not invitation again, and even if she can win it, then not get her back to Olympia, but she might have to do a show and requalify. I mean, she was the 2024 Rising Phoenix champion, but Jake changed that. Now it's no longer that you win the Rising Phoenix that you get an invitation to the Olympia anymore, because now that wins by back to Olympia. Also, Ashley Lynette Jones, who we got to meet, who shot me out. Ashley, she is number 2. She took the spot. We have here Lavena Barros, who is number 3. As you know,
all right.
Lavinia competed at Tampa. I got to see her at Tampa. Amazing young lady. I mean, and also we got Anastasia Korbaleva. And Anastasia, she qualified last year, but because of issues, she couldn't make it to the States. I hope maybe it's something maybe doing that. She's originally from Russia, but she might have to have at least a year more. She lives in Romania now. And I think if she gets fully her citizenship and she has applied for a visa, she can probably come here and compete. That's, I mean, she's a monster. Anastasia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we hope that we see her maybe possibly make her show debut. But the question is, with this, as I said again, with Angela Yo being out and with so few shows opportunities, as you know, Chicago Pro will not have women's bodybuilding this year. New York's not going to have it.
What? Oh
Yes,
my goodness.
because last year you only had 3 women that came to New York, but you had a bunch of ladies that came in Chicago. But
Yeah.
it's a lot about showing up and showing out. And I saw an interview with, if anybody saw it, with it was City Gillen, Andrea, Linda Murray, and also Sid and Andrea's coach, the producer, as they're talking about what is done behind the scenes, especially when it comes to these shows.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's time for some new blood now. I want to see it.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
Hopefully they show up though. That's the
well,
thing.
that thing is me and David just recently interviewed a young lady who is planning on two young ladies who are just turned pro last year, who are planning to make their pro debut, and these young ladies have that potential. Um, one I interviewed just last week, and that is Nina Amerford, or you might know her as Nina Beans.
Mhm.
Nina has officially announced that she's going to be making her pro debut in Atlanta. And
ATL
if you,
Pro, huh?
yeah, last year was in the Mini Ladies, but still Atlanta's a great show for women's bodybuilding. Nina is a precious young lady. She has, some say she has those aesthetics. If you go back to a classic Linda Murray, and also she's a very attractive young lady. She works
Mhm.
as a flight attendant, for Delta. She's doing
Yeah.
that for quite some time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out to her, man. I won't be able to do that. Be a bodybuilder and be a flight attendant. Be too
Yeah, and
much.
I also interviewed a lady a while back, Lisa Hutchinson, and she's also a flight attendant, but she does figure. And this is going to be her making debut. Her coach is Rachel Stuckart. I met Rachel when I was in Atlanta. Was working out with my friend Christina Ware, and that's Christina's coach also. What y'all thoughts about Nina coming here, because she competed for quite a long time before she finally got a pro card.
Mm-hmm.
Ah man, Nina Bings, man, she's got all the tools, man. She has potential
I think she's
to be
I
an
think she's
to
super
be a
dope.
hmm to be an
She got
Olympian.
she got personality. Look at that. I think she'd be perfect.
Yeah,
Hmm
Good for
she
her.
could be.
Yeah.
I was saying when she won the North Americans, I said like most definitely I was hoping she make her pro debut. Don't sit around too long. Goes. I know ladies who sit on 2 or 3 years before trying to make their pro debut. Some I know one lady I met when I was at Atlanta, April Cosmato. She was 11 years before she made her pro debut because there's lots stuff happens in life. But Nina's a precious young lady. I think she would do well. Also, another lady that I got to interview, and she's doing some good work. That is Kelly Larkin. And Kelly is right now, she's promoting her upcoming documentary called Behind the Physique. Kelly is a Native American. She's from Florida. She got her pro card at the nationals in Texas. Uh, it's like about 3 months ago, and
hmm
she's very impressive. She's promoting her physique behind the physique um, you know, and she's already picked up 4 ladies, most notably Livinia Barros is one. Also, just saw she picked up Rochelle Boswell, and another lady just got a pro card at nationals, Montana Frey, and also Anastasia Riders. She's promoting
hmm
upcoming. She's putting up she's really did a GoFundMe, which is up to about I think 7% now, because they say we try to shoot for 12,000. I think it's just about there. But she's very impressive. I mean, she won a pro card. I feel like she should have won the overall, but I'm not the judge. I'm a fan.
Yeah, she should have won to me personally, but
Yeah.
anyway, she definitely has potential. Has the great muscularity, conditioning. She's cooking up something because she keeps posting pros, check-in pics.
Mhm. Yeah, I think she was going through something earlier this month, but now I think she's really
Oh yeah,
working
she's
it
been
out.
sick too, so yeah.
Yeah, and that's thing is, you know how it is. You know, um, as a competitor, Nicole, dealing with an illness or injury, it can kind
Yeah.
of set you back a bit.
Hmm. There was a competitor, a lady, I forget, I don't know what her name was, but she got a pro card. Then she competed 13 years later. She did her pro debut like 13 years later, and she qualified for Olympia. She won. I forget what her name
13.
was. Yeah, she got a pro card. Like she had when she got a pro card, she didn't do a pro debut until 13 years later. And then when she did her pro debut, she won
Hmm.
and she qualified. I forget what her name is. She's blonde hair, but I was like, wow, that's
Blonde hair.
amazing. Yeah, she's like blonde hair, which probably doesn't narrow it down, but
That's was it
yeah, that's
physique?
Yeah.
What division was it? Physique, women's bodybuilding,
oh, women's
figure.
bodybuilding. Yeah,
Hmm,
women's bodybuilding. I remember
probably
I didn't
know
catch
it.
her name, but she did it for maybe 13 years later. And she got up and she qualified for Olympia. She came in first place. So
Okay.
it happened that way too. Like taking time off, it depends. I don't know, it depends on. But my thing is this: if you step off a stage for a while, you gotta look at the competition. See, I'm not competing for a year, but I'm always looking to see what figure is looking like in OCB. So
Hmm.
I'm not gonna go back looking. I want to look better than I
Also,
did in my last show. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go back looking
also,
right.
you're
I'm not gonna
watching
go back
film.
looking. Yeah,
Yeah, you're
you
watching
got.
film right now, basically.
Yeah, I gotta see what the competition looks like. I'm not gonna go there looking crazy and like I didn't
Yeah.
train. Nah. So these women,
Uh,
you gotta pay attention to the competition because this sport is constantly evolving and women are just getting bigger every year. So you gotta
yeah,
be ready
and even
to
OCB
contend.
because y'all women are more natural, and it takes a
Yeah,
lot more time to put on size compared to NPC and
yeah.
IPB.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That's true.
Oh,
I seen some women at the show when at my pro debut. They didn't look like they really. Some women came to play. Like, all right, like I'm here. Let's like bring it, right?
Mhm.
A lot of women were
Yep.
just like they were just there because they were just there. I'm like, come on, man. Like, I want to see a show. Let's know. You know what I'm saying? I want to see a show. I want to compete with the best of the best. I want to look like I belong on that stage. And I really don't like when women. I mean, teach your own. You can compete if you want to. You pay your fee, you compete. But I feel like it's just better. It just shows that you actually care. If you took the time to really just get conditioned to train, just to build your physique instead of just looking like you didn't do much to before you stepped on stage, you just dieted a little bit. That's just me. Hmm.
instead of like really crush your diet, you was at home eating ham sandwiches and and
Going
drinking
to the
Kool
gym,
Aid.
watching them great wild and yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we got here. Shout out to my man Sean McMillan. He says this. He says, shout out to Sean. He says, good afternoon, all. Good afternoon, brother. He says also, he says, Ashley Jones will be the next Miss Olympia when Andre retires. True. You know. Also, he says this, he says, if fucked up that the Chicago and New York pro won't have women's bodybuilding. Well, the thing is, it's not, it's about it is right now they're having to create a movement. It's about the ladies have to be there. And from a standpoint, yeah, I'm kind of like it's messed up that these promoters, but this is about making money from them. And if
Hmm.
the numbers don't show, if people don't be there, then
Hmm.
it's like any game. You don't you want to come see the team bring the best. Then if you're playing with the second stringers, then it's not much of a good game. It's kind of
Hmm.
disappointing. Um, Shout out to my man Sean says. Lavinia Barros reminds me of Yesenia King when she first hit the scene in the mid '90s. She's way
Not
bigger than
really. Way bigger than her. I'm sorry.
way bigger than you. That
Yeah.
I would say, maybe popularity wise, maybe, but she's way bigger and much younger because when Xenia hit the scene, she was like close to 30s in the 40s, and then when she won Olympia, you can't believe it. Xenia's in her 60s now, and but way bigger. There's some women right now who are bigger than those women back then. Even people like Iris or Linda or Kim Zaveski, some list of ladies that even in the Zeke division that are way bigger. And
Hmm.
Hmm.
and this is also some news. As you know, I follow the Female Badminton channel. They always put up some good stuff out there. Shout out to JB.
Rebecca Jensen.
Yeah, he's been through here, but they're confirming a return of a lady.
Oh,
Now we have the loss of Hella. We have a return lady who's been to Olympia, both in physique and women's bodybuilding. She was top five. To me, she should have been number three. and that is Branka Djokovic. If you know Branka,
Mm.
she's from Croatia. She stepped back after 2022 Olympia. She took fifth where she should have been top three. And this lady is, it's a year after transition. Last
51.
time she was
Woo,
Oh man,
51.
you see her calves? Oh my god.
woo. Yeah, leg spread. Lord have mercy.
She's been competing for many years. She actually started out back when women's bodybuilding was part of the Arnold Classic back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Last
That's
time,
when man. She's a
yeah,
legend in my book.
yeah. So
Wow.
last time she won her last qualification was at the Portugal Bowl back in 2022. Crazy, her just she to me,
Oh, I saw her. I saw her at Olympia. She's tiny.
yeah,
Like she's real short.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just and you
But
came
look at her though.
and this was back when she was doing women's physique at one point. She's been to Olympia as a women's physique competitor, been to women's bodybuilding. She's actually on the pro card as a women's bodybuilder. Just crazy physique. Really has grown
Mhm.
just barely a year. This is like I think from the last time she competed at the Olympia back in 2022 when they had it um, in Nevada. That was a mistake they made. They shouldn't went back to Nevada so soon. I mean, back to Las Vegas. Should have finished out the road their time in uh, Orlando, and they came back the 24th when they had the 60th anniversary. To me, it makes a lot more logical sense.
You
I
know,
guess.
I went to that Olympia, and I went first of all. I went to the Olympia in 21 when they moved to Orlando. That venue was so amazing. It was so because everything the expo was there, and so was the expo and the finals. They were in the same. It was at the Orange County Arena. But now, and when I went there in 20, when I went to Olympia in 22, I was like, oh, I gotta go to Vegas, because that's where Olympia is. No, that's where Olympia is at. It's Vegas, right? That's the big venue, right? It was so trash because they had the it was so trash. They had prejudging at the Venetian, and then you at night you had to go to I think it was Hollywood, Planet Hollywood. I think it was the hotel Planet
Yeah.
Hollywood for the finals. It was complete chaos. It was so disorganized. People were skipping the line. Oh, it was horrible. Yeah, but I remember seeing her there. I remember seeing her there. I was like, she's so tiny.
Hmm.
I say she's tiny, but she's so compared to the rest of like other bodybuilders, she was like really little. Like she was short, not tiny, like small. She was jacked, but she was so short. That's like why she stood out. She had that red hair. But
Hmm.
you're right. Like Orlando is a much better venue
Yeah.
than the one in Vegas was.
Well, I think when I talked to some ladies, they liked it because there was more to do after the shows. You can go to Disney
Mhm.
World, you can go to
Mhm.
Universal. There was more family things. With
Yeah.
Vegas,
Hmm.
it's not very family oriented. They tried to do that a few years
No,
ago,
it's
but it
not.
didn't work. Yeah,
Hmm.
it didn't work out. We got here my man Kale the Wonder popping through.
Hey,
Hey,
how you
okay.
guys doing? All right.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, yeah, you're my man Kale. He's been busy too, doing some interviews and also like that. As we go back to uh, the thoughts of who do you want to see this year, as a fan compete.
Ooh, number one on my list. She's the current. I'm gonna start with women's physique. Is Natalia Cuejo. The champ is here.
Champ is here.
I mean, she just has that aura about her. What going out there doing TV interviews, helping the community, and man, helping out with shows. That's something they need. Something like that.
She has a lot of
Anybody
I
else?
got
personality. She's really
hmm?
nice.
Yeah,
I still like Sarah Villegas. I like that too. But I want to see them go
Sarah
toe to toe.
Viegas.
Sarah Villegas, yeah, I want to see them like compete, like battle it out. That's gonna be so dope. To see this.
yeah, especially with all the
You
stuff that
know,
Sarah's
Oh,
been talking about,
yeah.
Natalia, and the use
oh
of
my God.
sister oils like that. And you know
Mhm.
what? Sarah's been talking a lot of shit, but we haven't heard anything from Natalia. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of Natalia, but we respect what she's doing. She knows she's going to be help promote women's bodybuilding in Brazil, and that's a big thing because even though we lost a couple of shows,
Mhm.
we get a show. That's great. So else I would like to see. I'm hoping she finally. It's been a while since we've seen her, and I'm a fan of hers. Hope she does, make a return, and that is Big Jane.
All
Big Jane.
right.
I mean,
I like
I
that.
been talking with her. She's already planning on doing the show. She didn't do as good as she hope she was. She did Toronto last year. She was gonna plan on doing New York originally, but then something happened. I think it was an injury. She was telling me she had to step out. And she did Toronto. She was I think she was third in Toronto, but she's coming her way. She's working with her coach, Ed Biggie Smalls, Fred Biggie Smalls. Fred, sorry, Smalls. He's not a small man at all, but she's impressive. I'm hoping we do see her compete sometime soon. Here she is. I
Wow.
mean, yeah, she's really has grown. She's been a pro. She got pro card back in. Was it 2023? Yes, made a debut in 2020.
23.
Uh,
Yep.
yeah, and made a debut in 2024. You know, and she's one of the first. Not the first female bodybuilder, but the first women's bodybuilder from Thailand.
Wow.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So depending what show she is, because with women's bodybuilding, the pickings are kind of slim. You have at least 5 shows overseas, counting which is Imperial, which is uh, around June. That's in Spain, Portugal. There's the Dennis James, the Europa Championship in Germany. Lena Popa show, both the Remaining Muscle Fest and the Lena show. Then you have shows here in the States, like Tampa's going to have women's bodybuilding, Atlanta, Triple O. What else? That's it. Yeah, Atlanta, Triple O. Shows out of the country, Brazil, and also the Toronto Super Show. Vancouver is not on the list anymore because the promoter had to drop not just women's bodybuilding, but all the pro divisions. So,
Nice.
mhm, yeah.
And another name that comes to mind, she's in the women's bodybuilding division. Her name is Rinya, the Phenom Temascan. She's
Yeah,
constantly putting herself out. She's constantly. She's, you
Rinya,
like that?
I got to
She's
see
kind of.
Rinya. I got to see Rinya when she made her pro debut last year at Tampa. She got a pro card at the USA's. She was going to do
Chicago Pro,
Chicago,
but they took it out. Yeah, I was looking forward to that.
and now she's
Uh,
going to do. I think she's going to do Tampa, where she made her debut last year. She was in the top 5 in the show. I think she was fourth or fifth because I know Lavinia won the show. Hunter took second. I believe Barbara Mojin took third, and I think she was fourth.
yeah, she's really making a name for herself, constantly uploading videos on YouTube, putting herself out there.
Hmm.
Has great
Hmm.
aura. Yep.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt that she's also beautiful. Ha 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 ha. Ha. She has a great look to her. She's very active on social media. That's very important. Some of these ladies, we talked before, they do competition, they disappear. We don't see them until it's time for competing, or they might post them every now and then. She lives in Vegas because here she is just hanging out with Amanda Machado, who is one of the co-coaches of Lavinia Barros. That's also Amanda was there. Amanda's also Olympian. She competed last year. Also Lavinia Barros. They're all friends. They hang out together. These are really amazing women, and with both Lavinia and Amanda.
Hmm.
I mean, Rania are young women. I think they're just in like I think Rania. I believe she's in her 30s. Lavinia's not even 30 yet. I think she's gonna be turning 30 this year, and I know Amanda's like in her early 40s.
Yeah. The Iron Sisterhood.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the thing is I think it's good that they have the sisterhood. There's
They do,
possibly I
they, they
heard
do a
that.
lot of they do a lot of YouTube content together, right? Because I know they show like
Hmm.
sometimes they show YouTube videos at my gym
Oh
on
yeah,
YouTube,
constantly.
right?
That's a
I
good
Yeah,
love that. I
thing.
love their
Hmm.
videos. Hmm.
yeah, because most definitely Amanda, she posted stuff on her. She has a YouTube channel. She posts interviews and stuff on that. I mean, that's what we talked about before. Ladies got to be active. YouTube is free. It doesn't cost much. If you want to, you can buy maybe subscribers and like that, or if you get enough numbers enough higher enough, you can really make your bones. You can make money on YouTube. You just got to get sponsorship support and have enough of following.
It takes
Now,
time. It takes
yeah,
time to get. You got to keep. You're right. You got to keep posting. You got to keep. That's why you have such a good following, George. I see you keep constantly posting and doing interviews and constantly putting yourself out there. That's why you have so many followers, and that's what these women have to
Hmm.
do. You
Got to
got
be
to keep. That's
consistent.
why consistent. So even if I post something like, even if I post like something on my Instagram, like a positive quote for the day, I'm posting something. I want people to know my presence, and that's really been helping me. Just build a better following. So you got that's important. You got to do that. You really got to post content.
Hmm.
yeah, that's important. That social media. Some ladies are kind of sketchy about it. They are, they feel like it's not a bad thing. It's how people use it. That could be the bad part of it. Some people use it as I sent a video to my friend where this guy talking about how these girls are fake being natty, but they're not really natty, and she's a natural competitor. She knows the difference, and it can be used the right way, but also people have to be smart about how they present themselves. You know, it's important to not just to have fun, but also be informative, to educate people, to make people understand what's involved in this sport. And also opportunities are there. It's hard to find anybody to give enough opportunities for women because, as I said again, they're going to pay attention to the men's division. As I often say, it's the bottom bitch. It's the one that gets a lot more recognition, more opportunities, sponsorship, money. I mean, but you ladies, you put in your time and work just as much as the men. Everybody's level is different. We look at the men,
Yep, they
females,
sure
and
do.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. One lady is today's her birthday, and I'm hoping she might do a show sometime soon. And that is Julia Foray. Julia, she last competed at the Steve Carr show. I think she might have been the top 10 for that show, but there was only I think 10 women at that show. So
Mhm.
you know, one thing is, I remember when she did her debut back in 2021. Very impressive. I think she was top 5 at the Tampa that year. She's originally from Switzerland, actor, performer, sighting. Uh, Great to look to her.
Oh
Um,
yeah, most definitely.
I'm wondering, she lives in Texas. Now I'm wondering what show she's going to plan on doing. She's going to compete this year.
None of the Texas shows have women's bodybuilding though. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the thing is
I
the
would
women's
say
body in
like,
Texas.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, you got
yeah,
to find.
like the Heart of Texas. They don't have the Texas Pro. They don't have the.
Well, the Heart of
What
Texas.
can she?
That's I believe that's an amateur show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I could have sworn they
There
showed some pros last year, but anyway,
there's another show that's Texas State, and another show in San Antonio, and they don't have
yeah,
either. Those shows don't have women's physique or women's
they
bodybuilding.
they have they have women's physique though. 'Cause I saw it
No,
on YouTube.
Texas Pro have women's physique, but they don't have
Yeah,
women's physique at the San Antonio. I think only show that had women's physique for pros is the Texas Pro,
yeah.
and that's a big show. And one time they was going to add women's bodybuilding to the lineup. She is this is a friend of hers. She had the cake. And shout out to this gentleman. I don't know him.
Ah,
She's there just to celebrate her birthday. She was an
yeah.
impressive lady. She really has grown over time. The question is, what show will she plan to do? Will she wait till the middle of the year? Will she go like Toronto? Still hadn't seen who's officially going to do the Triple O yet.
Well, here's one woman I have in my mind. She's representing WPD. Her name is Dr. Megan Morrison.
Oh, Dr. Meg, as you know, I also, again, I go back to Tampa. Tampa was a great time for me to go down there, help my friend out, Dr. Meg, or, sometimes Dr. Meg Scooby Health. Impressive lady. She actually earned a pro card figure originally, then did wellness for a little bit, but then didn't work out because I think it was some kind of issue. I think you mentioned it was some kind of issue with her back because that wellness pose is crazy.
Yeah, back issue. Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't have the right hip, alignment to it, it's not a division for you. That's why it's more divisions of women like Brazilian or most definitely women who have those Afro aesthetics. And this is a babe by Dr. May. I think she needs to be traded. I mean, she really has put on some size. Here she
most
is.
definitely.
Interview.
She's been doing a lot of podcasts now, putting herself up.
Like, I just want to be known as like, oh, I'm Meg. But I know a lot of people resonate with it. So I do like to share my story still. I don't want to identify as she was the girl with.
Yeah, she's, put on some size. She's been busy, doing some interviews. Last time I saw that someone posted she was at least over 200 pounds.
230 or something like that.
Yeah, it was a female body that posted that. And that's really big for, women's physique. Even if she do cut down to maybe, let's say, at the most, maybe around 170, maybe 180, that's at least a whole 40, 50 pounds she has to drop.
Mm-hmm.
She
looks great, though.
Yeah, she looks good. I would say, she could go up, but the thing is, it's not everybody's meant to go up. I think everybody works with the comfort with.
Yeah.
Another name I'm going to drop, I just saw this news about her, and that is Chelsea Dion. She just posted that she is now born again Christian.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's some big news. Chelsea, amazing person. I also saw her in Tampa. It's good that you found Christ. Me, I'm too much of a sinner to be a saint. I mean, all the best of luck to that.
I think that's Catholicism. She getting baptized.
Yeah.
Well, like Christian is either, I think what it is either Catholicism or is it, I know where I grew up is when you get baptized like that, usually it's Christianity or maybe Catholicism or, so many different religions use that way of, getting baptized in the water. But, she's with a boyfriend. He's also a trainer and coach. Shout out to her. She's been a 3-time Olympian. This might be a year she might be taking a break from competing because, she's working, doing sponsorship, running her own business, which is Chelsea Dion's, Photos by Chelsea. Great look to her. Very feminine. Question is she compete this year? Will she take the break like she did last time?
That's a tough question. She might just take a break and do her photo thing.
Yeah. But she's, like I said, you ever saw her up close and personal. She's a big girl. Chelsea's at least about 5.
Yeah.
And she's been doing pretty good work, outside of bodybuilding. Promoting, talking about trying to get more attention. One person I have not heard, because as you know, Triple O is around the corner, and I'm not sure if she's doing it or not, is Teresa Invasic.
Okay.
This is a lady who's been, at least 3-time Olympia. She won the title back in 2024. She kind of like disappeared after that because she did it in 2025, but there were no other shows after that. She lives in Pittsburgh. I thought she might do New York, because but then
Pittsburgh. That's ooh.
yeah.
I mean, it
So
does look like she's cooking up something, my man.
possibly. There was like one time she talked about how the cost of her last couple of times when she competed, especially when she got Olympic qualification back in 2023, the last time she did the Olympia, it was expensive. It was 20 or 24
Oh
yen.
yeah, it's not cheap.
Yeah, it's not cheap. The cost of traveling. She always one thing that's always been a thing about with Teresa is her back.